Hi Stampers, Purple Lizard here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about the Follow Your Art suite and the products that are in it. So one of the main products is the stamp set. It is the It Starts With Art Cling Mount stamp set. It has some nice crafty sentiments, and there's some really nice crisp images with lots of detail. These pencils and markers remind me of Stampin' Up's marker style, and the little bottle of ink also reminds me of Stampin' Up's little bottle of ink. It could also be a bottle of stickles, I suppose. And the ribbon, the stack of ribbons with the heart, I really like it. The buttons and the little sequins are great for background stamping. Also in this suite is a die set. It is called the Arts and Crafts die set. This die set has dies that cut out a lot of the images from the stamp set. They have the buttons and sequins and a paper clip and 3 border dies. Let's see. This is what they look like. Here's the buttons. Lots of nice detail on them. A little stitch edge on some of them. I'm not sure if this one's a button or not because there's not holes in it. You can decide on that. The little paper clip was cute. This is the coordinates with this stamp and this die right here. And really the only stamp that fit inside of it is this one here, the Let's Stay Up and Craft. Then there was the sequins. I guess they're sequins. Whenever I cut them out of the silver foil paper, they kind of look like snaps. So you decide on that. The border, the little lace border, it's nice. It has a stitching all the way around it. I like that. And the little buttons, every other button has stitching. Some nice detail. And then the other border die, sorry about the glare, the other border die was this one, and it's different from these two. It can be, the end of it doesn't cut it, so it can just be really, really long if you want it to be. So I cut the original out of a piece of 12 by 12 paper, and then I just spliced it together to make it even longer than 12 by 12, so you could make this as long as you want. Because this die at the end of it, it doesn't cut it. You just line it up and it lets you make it as big of a piece of paper as you want. Or it was pretty easy to stick it together right there. So that was cute. And so that's the dies with the set. Also with this suite there is the Follow Your Art Designer Series paper. This is the Designer Series paper. It's 12 by 12 paper. Here's a little sample of each one. Like this is a piece of paper, front and back, front and back, front and back, and you get 2 of each piece. And these 2 and these 2. And the coordinating colors with this Designer Series paper are Blushing Bride, Calypso Coral, Coastal Cabana, Crushed Curry, Pacific Point, and Whisper White. So that's the Designer Series paper. There is also a folder with this suite. It's called Buttons, Buttons, Buttons. And now all of our folders are called Stamp and Cut and Emboss. Same with all of our dies. The brand is now called Stampin, Cut, and Emboss, and that's just the brand. See, these are dies, and this is an embossing folder because we now make our own. So this is buttons, buttons, buttons. And let's see what else is with. Also in this suite is the Follow Your Art embellishment kit. In that kit you get 4 pieces of felt with little stitched accents, felt accents. And there's 4 of them. This is the Coastal Cabana, the Crushed Curry, Calypso Coral, and the Blushing Bride. Also, in the Follow Your Art embellishment kit, you get 12 paper clips. There's 6 Blushing Bride and 6 of the Coastal Cabana. And you also get 6 of these little charms that say Made with Love. I have one on a card that you can maybe see better than. There we go. It's upside down. And also this, here it is, up close. Made with Love. And in the back of it is just silver. Also in the embellishment kit, it comes in a box, but I can't find the box. But this is what the box looked like. It came in this cute little box like this. And then there was also 3 yards of Pacific blue, it's like a linen twine, and a Coastal Cabana, not Coastal Cabana, Calypso Coral, about 3 yards of each of those. And I used all of this up, and I can't find the box, but the box was about as big as this one, only it had that design on it that coordinated with it. This one is from the Let It Snow, I think is what this one's called. It's called, yep, Let It Snow embellishment kit that's in the new Christmas catalog or holiday catalog. So that's everything that was in the embellishment kit then. And also in this suite there is some washi tape. One of them, it coordinates nicely with the designer series paper. Okay. See, one of them here would coordinate nice with this one. And then there's one that says Stampin' Up, Stampin' Up. And this one looks like this, only it has the Pacific blue in it also. This washi tape does, right here. I really don't do washi tape, so I did not get that. Also in this suite are these little boxes, these little mini shipping boxes. There's the size 4 by 3 by about 2 and 5/8. I didn't get the shipping boxes either. However, if you were looking for a nice ribbon to coordinate with this suite, I really like this one to go with it. It's called the Crinkled Seam Binding, and it's a Crushed Curry color. And it goes really nice. It coordinates really nicely with this suite if you're looking for some ribbon to go with it. So I have some cards to show you that I've made with some of the products. When I first saw the stamp set and the paper, and when I received it, I couldn't wait to cut out all those little ink bottles in every color. I just was amazed by them. They're cute. You could put a letter inside of each one of them if you wanted to. And I like the follow your art saying. I really like that saying. I wish they had done a little more with the lettering on that one. And then this is the ribbon that I was talking about. It goes nice with it. And so this was some of my favorite paper from the set. It's really cute. Let's see. Here's another card. Here's one where I used the buttons. I put a little bit of twine in the middle of a couple of them. They're nice little accents. This is one that I did for a catalog case swap that I was in on. So it's cased from the catalog where she used all the pens and pencils. I really liked this card. This was the one that made me want to get this set. I really like them. This was a card that we did at Onstage. Just a complete copy of theirs. Here it is. It's really cute. It's really simple, but it's nice. Again, the follow your art. When I see the follow your art saying, it reminds me of a saying that I heard way back when I was in high school or something. It's every child is an artist. The problem is how to remain an artist once they grow up. It's by Pablo Picasso. That is so true. We all like to color when we were kids. It's how to keep on doing that. Now this one, I used the folder and I inked up the folder with our new Delicata ink, the Gold Glitz. So I inked up the buttons, buttons, buttons folder and then ran the Rococo Rose through my embossing machine, and it has a really nice rose gold looking color to it. This is the label die, and then the buttons. More buttons and the sequin, and this ribbon is the gathered ribbon. It's Rococo Rose gathered ribbon. Like this card, it turned out pretty cute. Some buttons on the inside. I think this is a really cute accent stamp. I like the buttons. The next thing that I wanted to do was stamp the ink bottle in every color and color it. It just so happens that our watercolors, there's quite a few watercolor pencil colors that coordinate with this paper. There's the Pacific Point, and even though it's Bermuda Bay, if you color it lightly, it looks like Coastal Cabana. The Daffodil Delight, if you color it dark, it looks crushed curry, and lighter, it still matches with the paper. And then this is the Calypso Coral, which is a color in the paper. So the watercolor pencils coordinate nicely with this paper. I used a blender pen to smooth the watercolor paper, or watercolor pencils out a little bit. I didn't really watercolor with them. The blender pen does blend them nicely. So that's how I did this card. I also made a bunch of the stamps and colored them and then cut them out. And they made, I know everyone's done, well, not everyone, but you've heard of the Jennifer McGuire press and seal method, where she die cuts a bunch of things and then sets them on a piece of paper and then puts the press and seal over it, and then you can turn it over and put dimensionals on the back and then flip it back over. And I cut out the middle, so here's the middle This is really kind of how it was, is that this portion was right here. I cut it out and used it on 2 different cards. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look up the Jennifer Maguire press and seal method. But this set works really good for that because there's lots of cute little images to cut out. And so I use the watercolor pencils again and with the blender pen. And there's the buttons as an accent again. Oh, and I did the paper clips around as a border. And the embossing folder. And then this is the frame of that. This is the frame part of that. Use the buttons, and this is from the stitched rectangle dies. The baker's twine is just white baker's twine that I drug through the Pacific Point ink. And so I got 2 cards out of that. There's the inside of that one. And just a little ink bottle on the inside of that one. Let's see, here's one where I used the embossing folder and the little charm. Here we go. Made with love. I put lots of Wink Stella on this one so it sparkles everywhere. The buttons all sparkling. And then I even got this baker's twine. I drug it through the Blushing Bride, and then I put Wink of Stella on it, so it is sparkling. So you make everything sparkle. And then here's the buttons folder, and some of the little paper clips from the Follow Your Art embellishment kit. There's a couple of those, and down here too. This card turned out really cute. I like these colors together. This is the Blushing Bride and Coastal Cabana. They make a nice pair. Let's see. Next, you know I like to do a monochromatic card. So here we have a little monochromatic one with some of the designer series paper, that cute little stack of ribbons with the heart, and then the sequins. And this is from the Stitched Shaped Dies. This is again was just white baker's twine drugged through the ink. And then there's the sequin stamp. That's kind of cute. And then I stamped it, and then I used the blender pen. And since I got lighter as I went up, so did the blender pen. There you go. That's that one. Oh, so whenever I saw that ribbon die, I'm going to call it a perpetual ribbon die cut, what I wanted to do with it was, of course, put it in all the colors of purple that we have and layer it. And so that's what I did. Have the purple posy, the Highland Heather, and the Gorgeous Grape cardstock on top of some crumb cake. This is that purple posy ribbon, and there's the sequins again. This set is, or this stamp is from, it's in the catalog. I'll think of what stamp set it is maybe or I'll post it at the bottom. And here it is stamped in the purple posy. I really love the way that color is. I hope we get that ink still. Still holding my breath for that. So there's that one. Oh, this is a really pretty card. So I haven't used any of my felt strips yet, but I'm gonna do this with them when I do. This pretty little card was made by Kay Cogbill. She has a YouTube channel. It's called Paper Made Prettier. She makes pretty cards. I love the way she did this one. I think she cased it, but it's still beautiful. And that's what I'm going to do with all my felt. And this stamp set is from Gems. Gorgeous Gems. I'll have to post that one too. I'm not sure. So when I saw that paper, I think that was mostly what I fell in love with when I saw this set, was the paper. And I did a video on how I used the paper in the Above the Clouds stamp and punch set. Here's another one. I thought it made great hot air balloons. So I really enjoyed this stamp set. I really am an artsy person, so I have lots of uses for it, and I like the dies and the detail in them and the beautiful colors in all of the paper. So if you have any questions, let me know. If you're interested in any of these products, shop at my store. If you like my video, hit the like and subscribe button. And as always, thanks for watching. Bye.